All right. Hello. 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 All right. Listen, we're a little late. Okay. There was a lot going on. We had a couple of technical difficulties and all of that good stuff. So there's just that. I would like to get a few things out of the way. We just have to, talk about what we got to talk about. So, up first is there is a two-step-in tea party that is happening. It's August 17th. It's going to be at the VFW Pavilion. The tickets are only $25. I have put them down. I've marked them down. The price, I've marked them down. So they're $25. It's from 3 to 7 p.m. So what's going to be there? Line dancing. That's what we're going to do. Come ready to line dance. So I've been telling people about it, and people are like, I don't want to line dance because I don't know how to do it. Let me tell you something. Me neither. Okay. I do not know none of this boots on the ground and all these other things. I don't know the African one. I don't even know. Is it African? I don't know. But I don't know none of that. There's this dangerous situation. I don't know that either. But what I am going to do is get out there and do what? Twirl around and have a really, really good time. So come on out from 3 to 7 p.m. It's a tea party. There's going to be Auntie's Brew and Elixirs. So come and see what all the hype is about. I promise you it's delicious and you'll love it. So we've got that out of the way. Also, who's going to be there? DJ Don Don's going to be there on the one and the twos and playing the music. And then who else? 845 vendors. Yaya's coming through and he's going to be cooking up the vittles. So please come on through and just enjoy yourself, right? We're going to have a good time on Sunday. So that's what's going on. All right. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's get into what's really going on. So here are some of the things, the big takeaways that I had from this week is that, excuse me, sorry. I'm still in my Delulu challenge, right? And so I'm not coming out. Here's the thing. I finally feel comfortable enough to say I want to be a content creator. And I guess I could say I am a content creator. I'm working on it. I've got a coach and she's all right with me. So I'm just going to tell y'all, if you were ready to, just I was getting on your nerves before, I promise you, just hold on. I'm going to get on your nerves even more because I'm not stopping. She says I have to post a minimum of a day. So that means I got to have lots of things to talk about. So you're going to be getting lots of stuff from me. So hold on to that. That's going to be happening. Um and what? Why did I have such a hard time saying that I wanted to be a content creator? Because I put too much thought into it, right? I was thinking about all the ways that people could interpret that and what that really meant about me and so on and so forth. And the truth of the matter is, I can't really care about what other people think about me. And I'm not going to care about what other people think about me. I have a goal and I'm going after it. And that's just that. And I think that that was some of the struggle is that I was like, oh, I'm so scared and so afraid and all this other stuff. I don't want to fail in front of people. But I think that that's also because I was worried about what other people think about me and I just can't. So I have to free myself and free myself. I have. So that's it. Doing that. And so super excited about that. And that's even something, again, in jumping timelines, that's something that my 3 year from now self, my 48-year-old self, she would have said and been comfortable with and worked through. So I did that. That's just that. Um, so listen, okay. Work has been working. You hear me? It's been a mess, but there have been some good things about work. So, what has been good about work? I will tell you. I work my one office is like just right around the corner from another program of mine. So I get to walk over there. So I do enjoy that. And why do I enjoy that? Because I'm walking the same streets that I walked when I was a kid. So it gives a little bit of time for reflection, introspection. It also allows me time to move. I get a little sunlight, right? Because I have a very sedentary job for the most part. So just that little bit of walk, it gets everything moving and going. And the other thing that I really, really appreciate is that I really like the people that I work with. We really have a great group of people. And when I'm going over to that other office, it's usually because I need to go share something that's on my heart. And what I appreciate is that I am surrounded by people that I can be open, honest, vulnerable with. And so walking over there is going to feed my soul. I just know it. And I always feel better when I leave. And here's the other part about why I appreciate that so much because there was an insecure I don't know, lunatic that was in that seat before. I couldn't stand her and she couldn't stand me. But PS, she couldn't stand me first and she was fake and phony and she was a liar, and I was still playing with her, not knowing that she really didn't fool la la with me. But when I found out, I was like, oh, that's what we doing. Great. I don't like you either. So I appreciate who I have in that seat because I know what it is to have someone that I can't stand in that seat. So I'm really, really grateful that someone who is down to earth, she is capable, she is a home girl, she's got my back, I got her back. And as Black women, that's super duper important. There was like a meme or something going around talking about how having a Black supervisor, people didn't like it, a Black woman supervisor, people didn't like it. And that has not been my experience, with the exception of the Loch Ness monster. But other than that, I really have a bunch of great women that I am surrounded by, and I love that for us. So that was a really great thing. And so I appreciated that. Now, as I was walking back from that office, here's what I passed: Catherine Street Community Center. Listen to me. I'm a Catherine Street kid, okay? And what made me think about it, I could hear there's a camp just around the block. So it's the backyard to Catherine Street. And I could hear the kids playing, and it almost was like a ghost. It's what Catherine Street used to be. They've closed it down, and it really is, it's really sad, and it's really done a disservice to us in our communities, and not just this community, but I think the community at large. And what am I talking about? There was a place that kids could go that we learned so much. So these kids now today, and I am guilty, my 16-year-old sits in the house and she is on the screen all day, every day. It's what she does. And I'm part of the problem. So I stand here before you now. Yes, yes, it's me. Me too. But at Catherine Street, here's what I learned: a lot of social skills, right? We had to learn how to fit in. We had to learn how to maneuver in social spaces. When someone didn't like you, how did you avoid them? How did you stick up for yourself? There were people there that really cared about the kids. So my best friend's mom worked there for 20 something years, and she's still my mom to this day. And she looked after each and every kid as she looked after her own kids. And that's what's missing. P.S. My cousin got her ass beat. One day she was acting up and they called my mom. And I guess my mom said on site, because baby, let me tell you something. I stood there with my mouth open wide because I couldn't believe it was going down. My mom flung her all around. And let me tell you this, nobody was worried about calling CPS. They knew that my mom was doing it because it's something that she thought that, she needed. Now, today, mama don't believe in pow pows for the children. But back then, that was just a way of life. And my mom was doing what she thought was the best, in the best interest of my cousin. But I also knew not to play with Janya. But I been knew not to play with her. So that's neither here nor there. But I just think that's what's missing in our communities. Where are these kids going? And I could have a whole conversation about the things that are taking place in our schools with these children and the parents, because it seems as though the parents think that the school is supposed to do the raising and the rearing of the children, and that's not how it works. But I guess that could be another story for another day, another topic for another day. So that's what I had going on. And then what else? Self-awareness. So I was driving down the street, minding my good business, because some of you know that that's what I do. Others of you will get to know that that's what I do. And these little girls just taking a slow little time crossing the street. And let me tell you something, I got aggravated for 0.5 seconds. Like, if you all move out the way. But the truth of the matter is, I had to smile. I'm exactly that way. Still to this day, let me have to cross the street. I'm not moving. Excuse me. Wait for me. So I could see myself in these little young girls. And I thought, um, isn't that how it works? If we just live long enough, right? That's what the old people would say. If you just live long enough, you'll be able to see things from a different perspective. So watching these little girls, it made me laugh and chuckle because I saw myself. And in sitting with myself, that's how I can get to some other things about myself, like this. Here's the other part. I was very defensive And so I was always locked and loaded, ready to go because my life experiences had taught me that people were coming for me and I always needed to be prepared. And so what I realized is that not everybody's coming for me. Now, it takes a lot of time to sit with yourself and be able to recognize that you have work to do. And so I was smiling again today, thinking, not today, this week, but think it was really yesterday, thinking about how I have changed and how my perspective has changed, how my perception has changed. I realized that I had, if you will, rose-colored glasses, but my rose-colored glasses were tinted with defensiveness. So the way that I saw the world as though people were coming for me. And it was my partner who was like, "Yo, everybody's not coming for you." And I was like, "Oh, excuse you? You don't know my life, right?" So I'm defensive. You don't know my life. You don't know my situation. And I tried to explain it away. But when I really took down all the layers and really sat with it, yeah, everybody isn't coming after me. They're not all coming for me. And I can let go of my defenses. I have been running around here. Some people I had been bleeding on, and they weren't the ones that cut me. And so I wonder if people are able to really sit with themselves, and not to say that people haven't, but how many of us do? I know a lot of people, and unfortunately, the work that I do, I know people don't sit with themselves and say, "It's me, I'm the problem." And sometimes that's what we have to do. We have to sit with ourselves in introspection and reflection and think about what it is that we need to change about us. See, I didn't like feeling like I always was on go and always ready and locked and loaded. That takes so much energy. And now I can laugh at situations and go, yeah, that's who I used to be, or this is how I would have handled that previously. That's how you know you're changing, right? So that too was another thing that was going on for me this week. And then lastly, the other thing is on Sunday, um the Mr. and I got up and we went to the winery, and there were lots and lots of shenanigans at the winery. However, coming home, we sat outside. I got my little chair with my little piece of boom box, and not even a boom box, it's a little Bluetooth speaker, but it was just enough. And I sat out there and enjoyed myself. And what did I think? I said, today is a really great day. It's a perfect day. Was everything in my life in that moment perfect? Hell no. Right? Bills still had to be paid. I'm still in the middle of a kitchen renovation. Thankful though to be able to do it. But everything in that moment was good. And I think sometimes capitalism has made us think that it needs to be grand and extravagant, and we need to be flying across, the skies on a private jet with a Birkin bag, spending gazillions of dollars in order for the day to be perfect. No, we went to the winery. I put on a sparkly dress because it had been sitting in my closet for 2 years and I hadn't put it on because I was like, well, I can't wear it here. I'm gonna be overdressed and so on and so forth. And I just said, you know what? Today we putting it on. Okay. Because I felt like it. And got a lot of compliments, which not that, it doesn't hurt, but I didn't do it for that reason. I really thought I'd have been overdressed, but whatever. Like I legit, it was so sparkly. It was it was blinding me in the car as the sun was hitting the sequins. And that's just the kind of shenanigans and carrying on I like to do. But that essentially is what it was, is that I um just got to sit and be, and everything was well in the world. And so I appreciate days like that. And I hope to have more and more and more of them. But again, we talked about last week that your brain will find things wrong because it's trying to keep you safe. And so when you give it the good things, so that's what I did. I told my brain, this is an amazing time sitting here doing a whole bunch of nothing. He wasn't doing anything special. I wasn't doing anything special. We didn't go anywhere special. Being together, chilling out, vibing out was just a really good time. So that was it. So those are the things that were going on this week. But most importantly is, remember, there's a tea party happening August 17th at the VFW Pavilion. So we're going to be outside having a good time. So you come on through, have some tea, and do a little, 1-2 step with us. All right. You guys, thank you so much. And I'll see you again next week. Okay. Bye.